Hey yo guys, how's it going? Tally here, and today we've got another episode of my Rogue Yu-Gi-Oh journey. Today is Phantom Knights versus Unchained, and it doesn't go quite the way you would expect, so let's dive in. Make sure you watch to the end. Okay, so game one, let's take a look at the hands. My hand is awful. I've got Dark Magician, I've got Cloak, which isn't too bad, but it needs other setup. I've got two droplets and I've got a wing. Not looking great. And my opponent, also not looking great. A couple of good cards, but no way to trigger them, and two D barrier, which unironically hurts this deck a little bit. So let's see how all this plays out. So my opponent's going to go first, set 4 pass, and I'm sitting here like, oh no. So I summon this, they hit me with a D barrier, and I'm like, fine. I'll set 4 pass and hit you for 800, and really, I'm just hoping that we can get this into graveyard next turn for a little bit more setup. But then we get the Torn Scale, and we're hit with another D barrier. Now this I can live with, this is fine, don't need to worry about it. But then we get ashed on the graph, again, not too great. I wanted to save my momentum, right, because I'm not really doing much with these otherwise. So I left it on Cherubini. Another Forbidden Droplets, but it's okay because we're dumping stuff to the graveyard, which is absolutely free. My opponent steals my chain, again not really happy with that, but we've not seen a D barrier so far, so we're just going to go and pop off. We're going to go ahead and make Breaksword's going to pop this. Then I realise the deck I'm up against is Unchained. That's going to make this really uncomfortable to play, because to be quite frank, I was hoping for something a bit simpler. Because this deck does a lot of destruction, I don't want to be punished for my own destruction. Thankfully, to stop destruction, I had Phantom Knight's Wing, which is pretty beautiful. So my opponent's just going to try and play some little bits. I've got the Forbidden Droplets to stop them, and I'm going to now systematically break apart the board while setting up multiple negates. And this is all fine so far. We're just going to do a little bit more damage, and on my opponent's turn, I'm going to have Dark Requiem Dragon, and they're not going to do anything about it. So they've got the Sarama. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pop it, or I'm not going to pop it, I'm going to save the pop for later, but I'm going to negate it, and then that's the win. Thank God, by the way, because I'm not big on this matchup. Okay, game 2, looking at the hands, I've actually got a pretty decent hand. However, this Red Eyes Fusion is alluring, and my opponent has Escape of the Unchained, D Barrier, Ghost Spell, Trap Trick. Honestly, all the stuff that I do not want them to see. So how's this going to go? They're going to set 4 pass, you've never seen this one before, but now I'm like, look at all the stuff I can do. They hit me with the D barrier, that's fine. Tour Guide can still bring out Livage, which is going to go ahead and bring out Graph, but they're going to go ahead and set Heavy Storm Duster, which I thought was weird because I'm like, okay, I'll just not really worry about my back row. But then, like, just for some odd reason, I just did not remember. This is like Unchained I'm up against. They're not trying to pop my back row, they're trying to pop their back row. So this is exactly how it is. Unchained, yeah, this dude is going to go ahead and try and pop my Phantom Knights Rusty Bardiche, which to be quite frank did some damage. And now I'm just kind of hoping and praying, because I didn't have a way to get this back into my deck. I could have went into Verte if I didn't have this in hand. So my opponent's just going to go ahead and systematically break my board. He's got the link free up, he's just going to go ahead and make access code, and that is a very easy 8k damage at the very least. So let's take it to game 3. Okay, game 3, you know how we do it by now. We take a quick look at the hands. My hand is, quite frankly, garbage. Their hand, it looks pretty decent. They've got a couple of the twins, don't know why they're twins. They've got this dude, which I think might be a brick. They've got Ash Blossom, which is definitely going to do some damage. So this honestly isn't looking too good for me. But let's see how it plays out anyway. So they're going to set this, they're going to pop it. This has an effect when it's popped to go ahead and summon one. Then they're going to make a Link 2 and pass. And I'm thinking, okay, Red Eyes Fusion, there's the Ash. So my turn is effectively over. I'm going to set Graph, I'm going to set E-Telly and Fogblade. They're of course going to start with Pot of Extravagance off the top, grabbing 2 very spicy looking cards. They're going to go ahead and just start popping off like an absolute madman. I thought, do you know what, it's not worth it, we'll leave the E-Telly. And they're just starting to like try and dismantle the board. Fogblade is going to come in real handy once I get the engine going, so that's fine. Battle phase, they're going to beat into Graph, and from here we're starting to get some plays going. So we're normal summoning Seer. Graph and Seer are going to absolutely go off right now. We're going to be able to start making some big boy link plays. From here, I've actually got enough that I can go Cherubini and grab the free zones here, so instead of like making Bardiche up here, I can start popping off in different ways. We're going to go ahead, make a rank 4, and I'm sitting thinking, right, if they don't do anything, I win. And they did something, which was unfortunate, because it actually cost me the win by 200 life points. By 200 life points, I may have cost myself the game. But let's see how this goes. It is a 93 beater, and like I just don't see my opponent really doing much. I actually could have guaranteed the win if I'd played this a little smarter, but I didn't because I'm an idiot. So my opponent's going to go ahead, start linking off. Of course this is indestructible, so he undestructively, not destructively links it away, popping all my stuff, summoning out a Chungus access code talker and a beefy Zero Boros. This could be the end. This could be it, gang. This absolutely could be it. We're down to 500 life points. We've got one card in hand, but we have the Fogblade in the graveyard for the end phase. So here we go. This is it. I want you to watch miracles happen. So we're going to go ahead, right? Breaksword's going to pop just anything really. We're going to pop access code talker. Breaksword's going to summon these boys back as a level 4. What's rank 4 I hear you say? Dark Rebellion is a rank 4. Dark Rebellion, the OG boss monster, just won us the game, won us the match. Off to Top Cut we go. Let's go, gang. Let's take it to the outro. Gang, that is the episode. Thank you very much for watching. As always, if you like it, give it a like. If you love it, give it a share and tell everyone you know about Team Tally today. And if you're new here, might as well join Team Tally by hitting that subscribe button. As always, you've been amazing. I've been Tally. I'll catch you all later. Bye.